twisted murdering scum that from giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more I didn't need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. Literally come out from under rocks. They have green colored skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. Have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy with sick stuff, man. She sleeps in that same room as a creepy widow woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go we're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of foreign people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. I'm gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
Still the wrong tune.
Feel like I'm dumb, as soon as it pop, I'm gonna retire. He say I'm hard and he say I'm
Wrong again. How many more centuries will it take to find the right notes?
Get the plug on the phone.
Megalopolis. I'm in Megalopolis City. Here!
Shoot first and ask questions later, didn't I?
Antares.
Mind if I help?
Come on, you fuckers think that just because a guy reads comics he can't start some shit? I'll fucking take all you.
But if you think I'm like making this up or imagining this, I'm at war. They're at war with me behind the scenes. There's people like, they don't even talk about you. That all they do is talk about me. Trust me. Trust me. All they do is talk about me. You want to know why like everybody is so quiet like on these live streams when they're nervous? They're trying not to say the wrong thing.
Continuous.
You're talking about like a condom,
mints.
and
I
instead
think
of
condom
blue being in
mints.
there, there's barbecue.
Condiment condoms. Condiment condoms.
No.
Somebody must have thought of that already.
Like Dr.Ben says, they're called fixins.
So they have
Not
different
condoms.
fixins.
All the fixins.
All
Dude,
the
that's one of the reasons
fixins.
why I love Roy Rogers is all the fixins.
Like millions.
You think they could have
Millions.
a cousin fucking convention?
Millions of people right now are born of incest.
What?
Nexus Video says that's hot.
It can be.
Dr.Ben says not enough.
When your hot cousin gets stuck in the dryer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Beautiful at any weight, and he's a doctor.
Thanks a lot. And hello, Dr. Ben, and I'll shut up now. Thanks a lot, guys. Wonderful.
No, sir, I don't think I have any use for rubber.
Alpha core number 1.
But I'll tell you what, though. Do you have any rubber
Chuck Dixon
protectors?
Call the police.
You could not come back around me, you turned your back on me, I cannot forget. The police was lying, they said that they caught you, but nigga, they made you admit. Your name was fine, you put in that work, they took your stick, you a bitch. Fuck my odds, they be on my dick, they all be mad, we rich. Turn up.
Under 25, living like a boss, lying around with a chauffeur. I don't sell drugs, still be paranoid, keep looking over my shoulder. Niggas lying like I'm stealing swag, but it's my shit like I wrote it.
These rappers really nice as hell, I'm a different nigga when I'm pissed off. Many say he gon' press up on who? I'ma get to steal like I'm Chris Paul. Back-to-back Suburbans, I'm a big dog. I was in the slum serving fentanyls. I be laying junkies having withdrawals. I've been getting to a lot of missed calls. Turn it off, what the fuck is he talking about? I should slap you for saying he hot as me. I don't know who could fuck with me, honestly. They know I'm the man, so they watching me. Different color bands like Monopoly. Man, he must not be using his hair. If he thinking I don't keep a Glock for me.
Giant size, 1963.
Has been indefinitely postponed. We simply cannot guarantee
Dr. Ben here.
Got interference. Call the OP.
Now, you fellas have said some pretty mean things, some of which were true. Under that fiend, Boss Hoffnecht, Taylor Mitchell, you know, they're both gossip hounds and negative Nancys. But on the other hand, they have a tremendous singing voice. But they're out of the picture now. That leaves me in charge. Now, I can be theatrical and maybe even a little rough. Some say I breathe fire. But one thing I am not is a killer. I am a cartoonist. I love a good party. So truce. Commence au festival. And I've got a surprise for Comix. At midnight, I will release my 1963 comics for free to read and download, or even to watch them on the internet. Don't worry about me. I've got enough.
We are not prepared to discuss any deals.
You heard it, folks. My 1963 comics. And there will be entertainment. The big Dukaroo, with me in one corner, and in the other corner, the man who has brought real terror to comics. Dandy Don Simpson. Can you hear me? Just the two of us. Mano a mano. I have taken off my makeup. Let's see if you can take off yours.
There we go. Here we are. Excellent. Excellent. That wasn't on there.
That sells easier.
That sells easier, folks. That's what it does. But nonetheless, here we are. We're here to talk about journalism, comic book journalism.
And comics.
Have you heard about this stuff? They talk
Comics
about
and journalism, journalism and comics about journalism. Did I cover all the bases?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, you can write comics about what journalism, or you can write a comic book that works as journalism. You can write journalism that isn't like it isn't a comic book, but you're writing journalism about comics. You know, there's a lot of ways you could go about it.
Well, we have a couple issues. I've got this the Comics Journal here. This one's about this is issue 301. So it's a big book. I brought this one to kind of look through because this has interviews with Robert Crumb. A lot of people,
yes,
a lot of people like, did you go over the Robert Crumb comic with me? No, that was just me.
No.
Oh.
I did bring some comics with journalism,
right? So
or
you've been
journalism
looking at the
comics, Soba,
the Soba book by
Joe Sacco.
That's the other one. I keep forgetting where I put it. It's in here, but it's got all this shit all over here.
Palestine.
Also, the author, the Palestine. I've been like, how far did I get in this? I'm 100 pages. I'm 100 pages into this thing, trying to figure this shit out. But you read all this one, Soba.
Yeah. Yep, I read
Soba.
That whole thing.
It's also by the guy that did Palestine, Joe Sacco.
Yeah. Basically, like, he follows this guy around, and this guy, like, lived through, like, the war that was going on in Bosnia, and he, like, disarmed, like, landmines and stuff.
Excellent.
Or that's, like, I think what he does later or whatever, because, like, some of the mines weren't deactivated.
Joe Sacco does this?
No.
Joe Sacco is just the cartoonist.
Yeah, he is interviewing,
telling
like,
the person's story.
Like, yeah, he's telling his story about how he's, like, in the trenches, and how he was
he's in the that's what he was doing in the Bosnia, and all that shit.
He was doing that in the Bosnian War.
Here, let me show him that.
It
is. I will say this. Yeah, look at that. Like,
there were some pretty moving bits in there too.
Digging in the trenches there, getting mines. That's pretty fun. I want to show him this other page too, because, like, this is the thing is, like, this was the one that
there's this other guy who follows around. I don't know, like, and they're all like different characters.
Look at that. That's a good. You know what I'm saying? Like he does. 'Cause I read all this one because that's what I'm saying. This one is a lot. What is this? 42 pages with the covers.
Uh-huh.
And I think the art in that is better, though I still don't really like the way he does faces can sometimes be like off-putting. But I suppose it's a weird complaint for a comic about the Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yeah, it's a little
like
off-putting.
Veterans or warriors from that, soldiers from that.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, like, to be like, I don't think all the people look attractive enough. Like, it's not really about them being like models and stuff. Like, unlike nowadays, where all the, the leader of the Russian fighters is an old actor, Zelensky.
Yeah,
he's an actor. Ronald Reagan, our former president, may he rest in peace, actor. Donald Trump. Would you consider because he was in.
He was in Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2?
He wasn't really much of an actor. It was more like a cameo appearance.
Well, he played himself in.
yeah, he played himself in Trump Tower, and like Kevin was asking for directions, and he's like, down the hall to the left, or I don't know what he fucking says. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a good. I don't some people can do his voice. I'm not really one of them. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we wanted to kind of look at all this, and
I've heard way too many Trump impersonations.
Yeah,
it gets kind of old.
They do get.
It's like
what I gotta do there.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to go over the whatchamacallit. I guess I can just pull it up on here. Oh, I need to pull it up to show the people, to show the folks at home. I need to pull up the article about that I was talking about. To show people like what we're talking about with journalism, because like I was saying with the Eisner Awards, people know about
they were getting rid of a category or something with the awards.
Yeah, and over there, it's hard to get all this with. You got the there. Okay, present. All right, we have a screen. Well, that's the other thing, is we should make sure that the I think we got all the volume going.
Yeah.
There. Share that. Sorry about that. Okay, folks. Commercials. Why does it play commercials as soon as it starts? Okay, there it is.
So
I guess I'll never get to wear my Eisner Awards dress again. Never get to wear it again. This is Comics Beat, the Beat
on the Street,
20th anniversary. Let me just say. So here, this is AI me, or does it say all me? What is that supposed to be?
AI me, I'll be fine sitting by this. Great, thanks. I don't get it. It's a joke of some
Is that supposed to be AI though? Is that an I or an L?
It wouldn't make sense for it to be an L, because L.
I think it's like a typo. I think.
Yeah, maybe all me.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's a mystery.
More mysteries here.
But like, yeah. So what's all this
about? All right. So we'll go down. That's 2023. I'm not really gonna focus on the pictures. My colleague Rob Sonkowitz said it best when he wrote, "There's an old saying that you should never pick fights with people who buy ink by the barrel." eliminating the best comics-related periodical journalism category in the 2024 Eisner Awards was sure to generate a ton of tweets and outrage from people who spend their lives at the keyboard. See, I think it feels like it's a dig at me because I have my keyboard here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm spend my life at the keyboard. All of us are at the keyboard. If you have a phone. In addition to Rob's piece, there was the original report at Popverse, and then 2 follow-ups there. Graham McMillan gave his own thoughts, and then Chris Arendt fired up the Wayback Machine to point out that the category had been removed at least twice before. In 2001, Best Comics-related periodical was dropped, but it was back the very next year. But, oh geez, that's I want to have like what I'm reading also on the screen for the viewers at home. You know.
So is it taking periodicals about comic books out of the entry, or is it taking out comic books that are journalism out?
It's funny because that's actually what it says here.
Oh yeah.
For those who came, you should read that one.
Okay. For those who came in late, here's what happened so far. On January 10th, the call for submissions for the 2024 Eisner's came out, and Arendt noted that the 2 categories were absent memoir, which had just been left off by accident, and journalism. A subsequent explainer by Eisner administration, Jackie Estrada, came in.
Let me do her voice. That way.
Okay.
When reached for comment, Eisner Awards Administrator Jackie Estrada directed attention to the above caveats and clarified that the periodical journalism category has been combined with comics-related book writing. For example, for comics-related periodicals, they have been combined with comic-related books. Online journalism sites are welcome to submit in that overall category.
Then the hewing, the crying, the garment rending, and the angry tweets.
Glad to hear memoir isn't dropped. There are just so many good ones that it really deserved its own category separate from reality-based. But feeling a sort of way about the journalism award being dropped combined with book feels like a major loss. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
So that's what I'm saying is like people are definitely
I feel like
feeling sort of ways about it.
There should be more things for more people is my final opinion.
This next
one.
one.
Or just my general opinion about it.
Greg Katzman says Comics Press don't do what they do for awards. They do it because they love comics. But to remove the one category that includes them in the Eisners is a mistake that should be fixed. So it looks like this is so true. This is Chris Thompson, Pop Culture Hound. I have almost 300 episodes of my podcast to prove it. Saying that they do it for the love. But I think dropping comics journalism is a sad indictment of the mainstream pop culture press. It used to be easy to get genuine comics coverage, but now it's an uphill battle against film, TV, plus video games. So you get the idea, not even angry, really, just sad. Oh, okay. So, I missed that one on here. I'm so sorry, folks.
Yeah.
So that was him. So you get the idea. They're just kind of like blah 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 blah. This is Rob Salkowitz. So what does he say? Covering comics is on an ongoing basis is fundamentally different from writing books or contributing to long form publications about comics, as doing a daily strip is from creating a graphic novel. Publications and the journalists who write for them have to make sense of industry news, keep people's attention on a daily basis, maintain editorial standards, and a consistent voice across different contributors, and so many other things that authors don't. So, like he's saying, like a comics, like what are they calling it? Comics. I'm not even sure what they're saying that it is. Covering comics on an ongoing basis. So just people with like blogs and YouTube.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it's like. If there are awards for like comics, I don't feel like that there should be a category for like a periodical about comics, maybe, or I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
or is that what it's about, or are they talking about just like a comic that takes the approach of journalism?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like this, like the comics journals. You know, we got these this newfangled thing here.
Oh,
the movie,
okay,
movies
yeah.
about stars, comics journal. Yeah, these these
okay.
things here,
Yeah.
comics journal. This would be, you know, they do reviews, previews.
Well, then it should stay, I think.
Robotic people. What? What's this stuff? Have you seen this? Star Wars, a Saturday matinee, $8 million. Anyway.
Well,
you know, so I mean,
yeah,
it's not really.
I'm
it's
kind
not
of
the
on the
same
side
as
with everybody, though. I'd say, right?
Well, like they're saying that, or like what we do. You know, our little YouTube here, cover comics, review them. That and like this mouse.
Yes.
You know about Mouse.
Yes, yeah, I have Mouse.
You know, everyone knows about the Mouse book, Mouse comic by
Art Spiegelman.
Art Spiegelman. This is a book about that comic. Maybe we'll show this. Doesn't really have the comic. It'll have like a page maybe, right? And then someone will talk about it for you know, just like we're doing. It's the same thing. It's no different. It's a book. It's a comic. It's a blog. It's
everything all at once.
Yeah, they're just all the same shit. Too many words. You know my feelings on words. Too many. I got this out, and I don't really know why. Like I got this from I didn't pay for this because I just got it from the library. I have to return it. It's not mine. But like Mouseschwitz. It's talking about Mouseschwitz. That sounds fun. Like little like Disneyland for mouses. Mouseschwitz.
Probably lots of gumdrops and bubble gum, and
so that's what I'm saying. What we should do is I don't know if these Eisner things, I don't know if they're over, but we should submit this shit that we do for the Eisners, because that's what they're saying in here is that now it's all, we're up against all these guys.
Uphill battle against TV. What did they say? TV.
Well, no, I think he just meant like oh yeah, well no, that's what he was saying.
He was saying that, like
he was saying it was
video games, film, you know, like that, you know.
In order to get views, you got to cover.
You need to sort of have like a
outlet, Star Wars.
You know,
talk about this Star Wars thing that they got.
Yeah,
robotic people. I was like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Robotic
people.
I don't know.
It can't be
like
real.
Androids.
Well, whatever they got in this Star Wars thing, it's robots. Lots of people together. Big hairy guys. It's in space. They're saying that space is real.
Are you saying that you don't know what Star Wars is?
It's this new movie, Star Wars. You know, it's got guys, robots, big
with the laser swords,
and laser pistols.
Yes.
I don't know. Doesn't seem very believable. You know.
But we'll never catch on.
Won't catch. That's what I'm saying. This is the Superman movie. First photos from the Superman movie. That's what I'm saying. It's got news. It's not really, like I said, it's not the same as like a book like this one. This is I've been working on this one too.
What's that one about?
Who is Charlie? The book offers a deeply reflective analysis of the Charlie Hebdo affair in Paris and uses it brilliantly to explore and criticize the inner tensions and selective historical amnesia of French society that are taken to be responsible for its current Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. It shows with great insight and wisdom how to deal with these disturbing trends. Which is, of course... Wow. It kind of like doesn't really say what it is there, but it's like in 2015 in Paris.
Yeah.
In January, had the Charlie Hebdo as a comics book magazine over in Paris. Like they're all like political. Like they draw cartoons making fun of all the all the politicians, all the news, all the world events, all that stuff. They were slaughtered, killed by a bunch of
like the good old days.
We're not really sure who they were killed by. I don't think they solved the mystery. Mystery who came. But so that's what I'm saying. That would be like a book about comics, because it's a comic book newspaper where the cartoonists, they went in there specifically to stop the cartoonists and comic people from making their comics. They're like, they didn't like them, so they were like, not only do we not like them, but we dislike them so much
that we're going to deem them criminals
to kill
and throw them away without the key. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, they. Oh shit!
What are you doing?
What did it? It does that sometimes on its own.
Stop it!
Stop it! That's Windows. That's what you get with Bill Gates. Windows. Did I read the rest of this? So what they're saying is that, all of those covering comics on an ongoing basis, doing reviews, this journalism is the same. It's in the same category as books, comics about books, all that, it's all in there together. And they're saying
they're talking about the distinctions or whatever between all of them.
Well, they're just saying that with the awards, it's peculiar because the Eisners insist on an important distinction between web comics and digital comics. There's Eisners for best single issues, Eisners for the best miniseries, continuing series. They're saying it's peculiar that they've decided that in this case, all the stuff you people, what?
Oh my god!
Who is this? Salkowitz? What the fuck is that? Rob Salkowitz? You people?
A name like Salkowitz? I don't know. Like, what was he implying there?
Yeah, all the stuff you people who write about comics do is basically the same. If you're writing words, it's a blog, it's a book, magazine, whatever. It's all the same.
Oh, he's talking about people that write about comics. So okay,
right,
that's what he means by you people.
Yeah.
Okay.
In effect,
I thought he was talking about something else.
In effect, those of us who write about comics on a daily basis or weekly basis are competing against publications that have long lead times, or authors who have spent years writing a biography of Stan Lee, a history of underground comics, or a monograph on African American creators of the 1940s and 50s.
Yeah.
Something that does not fairly honor the work of either side of that equation. So that's what he's saying. This Salkowitz fella.
Yeah.
He's saying that he is one of those people. He is one of them.
Right.
Okay. Who's this other one? Graham.
And
this one is, he's saying his problem with the Eisners
category was,
it was so ill-defined as to be practically useless. So he's saying that the Eisners journalism category as it was, which is all we have for now, it seems, is that it was so ill-defined as to be practically useless. The clue was in the category's name as much as anything. While periodicals can include journalism, periodical and journalism are not actually the same thing, leading to things like last year's nominees in the category, which included 2 magazines featuring essays and interviews based around material published decades earlier, competing with one individual journalist combined reporting across multiple outlets. It had become a category with competing apples and oranges and specific rules to ensure that they held together. What? It had become a category with competing apples and oranges and specific rules to ensure that they held together, however unlikely that was. So this is Graham. Not sure who that is, but must be other people that are commenting on
I think their issue about it was like that, like they think like that it was like too broad of a thing, and they're like, they could just include anything, and they're like,
so they're just
the
making
way
it
they're
even
judging
broader,
them, or it's like you would judge them like differently too, because like different media form is going to take different methods or whatever.
Let's see.
But
let me try and son of a gun. Okay. Let me pull this up real quick because it has open that up and share that instead to see what this. Oh, okay. Whatever. Fine. Okay. This one said, this is what it was saying that last year. Oh, this is that whoever this guy is, Graham McMillan. He's saying that it's listing. Oh, so and so had 5 nominations, 3 for an adaptation, 2 for a memoir. I'm really sure. Oh, what the son of a, stop it, you. Okay. No. Stop. Why? Is this what he's talking about? I'm not quite sure. Oh, so it's. I don't want to dig through all that. Never mind. Confusing the matter there. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So that's a list. Apparently, you can go and see all the different nominations.
Yeah, nomination categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I messed it up on here. That. So bear with me, folks. Okay. And then that seemed to be that. But then there was also this tweet from the Popverse. Popverse is one of these other comics journalism sites. They just review comics and whatnot. She says, for those following along with the Eisner Awards' recent decision to kill off the comics journalism category, best comics related periodical journalism, there's more to the story coming very soon. Things are amiss. So what was that now? What the? Was this referring to the 2 subsequent stories or something else? My investigation has gone nowhere on that. So perhaps a new bombshell will have dropped by the time you read that. To come back around, everyone has written some very smart and relevant things, but I haven't had my smart and relevant take yet. So here goes. So this is Heidi. You know, she's been writing comic review stuff since the 90s. I've got she's in one of the Rick Veitch comics. Something from her in there talking about comics and whatnot, right? So that's what I want to skip down. So she kind of like introduces herself, you know, saying how she's been to all the different Eisner Awards ceremonies, blah blah blah. That, you know, it's. She talks about how, you know, the Oscars don't give out best film journalism awards, right? Like when you go to the Oscars, it's just the people in the movies. It's not like, and the best movie magazine was People magazine this year.
Yeah, like the Oscars, they talk about people that do things directly with like the film and not like people talking about like the film.
Grammys don't give out best music journalism awards. You know, they don't say best Grammy. For the Emmys, don't get, all of those don't do.
Yeah, I guess that's some good points though. You know,
she says, except this is comics. So I'm not really sure what that means, except like we're a bunch of nerds. What does she mean?
Maybe that's it. Like,
We're nerds.
Maybe it's like, well, we're you know,
comics are a community as well as an art form, and the Eisners are as much about that community as about the art form in a lot of ways. The ranks of the great comic publishers who started out as comics journalists are legion. Gary Groff, Chris Staros, Paul Levitz, Guy Delcourt, Jacques Delaney. Who am I missing? If Bill J. Alberi were to suddenly announce, I don't know who that is, he was going to direct a movie, it'd be very odd. I assume that must be like a movie reviewer, maybe. Are there famous movie reviewers?
I don't.
If John Parrell suddenly announced he was putting on an album of golden oldies, people would cringe. When a comics journalist announces they're going to put out a comic, everyone is like, "Oh, that's great. When is the Kickstarter?" In other words, comics folks are generally not as class conscious as some other art forms. This is where it starts getting kind of weird. I'm not quite sure what to think of all this, right? It's all fluid. If you're going to honor all the craftspeople and reprint makers and designers and so on, honoring comics journalists seems to fit in with the Eisners way more than any other major award. And several other comics boards are giving out some variety of best comics journalism awards with no one batting an eyelash. Oh, other comic, like maybe like I think there's like the Harveys or like something like that, or what's the little rat? The Crazy Cat and the little Ignatz, the Ignatzes. Maybe they do that. I don't know. There's another reason giving out at Eisner made common sense. It's all we got. The entire profession of journalism, writing about things that happen in the world with either an objective or subjective viewpoint, is under attack, both from content creators who monetize platforms that originated to support some form of journalism and those very platforms that are making it nearly impossible to earn a living wage doing it by prioritizing AI and SEO tricks. So I'll keep going here because it continues to get kind of weird. I'm sort of, she talks about like finding music on Pitchfork and the websites like that. And no, those are all kind of like, it says Pitchfork is merging with GQ. I don't know what that has to do with comics, but today's brutal algorithms, the rise of streaming and TikTok and general disarray of the music industry isn't working anymore. So she gives this, well, I guess she's using this as an example of how like music reviewers and stuff. I don't think music reviews are really necessary anymore. Most artists make entire albums available for you to listen to for free. Listen and decide for yourself if you like something. And then this Dan Laysack says, the problem is hearing about the album's existence in the first place. Reviews do a huge amount for an album's visibility, both in the word of mouth sense and the SEO algorithm rather than recommendation sense. Social media is nowhere near enough to get heard. No, social media is no way near enough to get heard. IMO.
In my opinion.
Mr. Laysack. So, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can see what they're saying. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
so he knows we need more. Laysack is a musician whose album got a 0.2 rating on Pitchfork. But even he knows we need more journalism, not less. Oh, he's a musician, Mr. Laysack. You need trusted sources that give you a reliable guide. Okay, so anyways, she talks about search and Google and a bunch of she's talking about what places are left that review comics and do comics journalism, right? Is what this is. She's saying how, because most of the places have like, if they do have comics, or a lot of the places, it's like they'll have comics, but it's like part of like also movies, also TV, also Star Trek and Star Wars and wrestling. And, it's like, okay, well, instead of having a whole big site about comics, we're just going to have it be like this little part over here. And it goes from being like 10 people that cover it to 5 people to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she's saying, downsizing. She talks about how different places that are here that do these rough and tumble scrappers who are doing it for the love. So she's saying that these places don't make money writing the comic reviews, journalism, the graphic policy, got stuff on there. AIPT, Broken Frontier, the Comics Journal, Women Write About Comics, Comiccon.com, and other sites I can't think of right now because incredibly, when you search for comics news, they don't even show up in the first 100 results. The BBC and Mashable do, though. Okay, so this is where she goes, that's what we're up against, folks. Google has absolutely pulverized small independent websites. Unless you aggressively game the system with SEO SERPs trick, and AI has made that even more difficult and made original human-crafted content even harder to find. The blogosphere is dead, and unless you want to work side by side with Nazis, the newsletter revolution has stalled out. And now, not even an Eisner Award nomination. So that's right, kind of like just talking about like the newsletters, like Substack, the thing that I use is it's considered a newsletter, right? And that has been their problem with Substack. Some of their people, right? Like some people are like, there are Nazis on the Substack. I don't want to work with Nazis. And like that, anything she was talking about before that, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Yes, I'm glad you don't have an award. You're not going to wear your fucking retarded dress anymore. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Grant Morrison is on Substack. You know Grant Morrison, that right?
Yeah.
I hate to like, yeah, I don't mean to like, sometimes we bring Sam in here just to make him uncomfortable. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. That was the same thing you had. Not the same thing, but like, people labeling other people inflammatory things.
Yeah.
As we had in the beginning in our intro.
Yeah.
That was directives sent out to all communists in America. Somebody starts giving you problems, start labeling them. They're what do they say to call them?
What?
The part in the beginning, with the guy, where he's like label them socialists and communists, Nazis. Well, yeah,
What?
Why don't I have it? Do I have it just here?
I'm angry. Had enough of these people. What is that? What you mean, or what? Which
I'll play it on here, so you know what I'm talking about. Is this it? Oh, it's at the beginning. Did we already play it? See, every day we're learning new things here, folks.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. This is the one so that's the one we just played for our intro today. So that there.
Oh, okay.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States.
All communists.
It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist, or Nazis, or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what she just did with her Heidi here. Unless you want to work side by side with Nazis in the newsletter revolution. She's talking about Substack, is what she's talking about. That's the one that I'm on.
Yeah.
That Grant Morrison is on. Sophie Campbell. You know what I mean? Like so many, all these, and that's what I mean. That's just been like this side thing. They do the same thing at the Comics Journal, right? Their website. They make fun of Substack. Oh, they're Nazis, the racists. It's like Grant Morrison is not a Nazi.
No.
Adrian Tomine, this guy, he was over on Substack for a little while doing his comic about something. His comic about doing a comic. His last thing was like it looked like a one of those notebooks with like the marble cover, like a.
Oh yeah.
It looked like one of those, but it was like, and it was lined and everything in the paper, and it was just, his comics. It was called the Long Distance Cartoonist or something. Like,
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, once you bring up something that inflammatory in the middle of your article about journalism, you want to start calling other people. That's the same thing that I was talking about with that podcast. The guy didn't want people cosplaying.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know.
The same thing, like you were talking about. You made a comment online.
Yeah, I made it like just some kind of comment online, and people were trying to
calling your workplace.
Yeah, they were calling
like
my job and trying to fire me. It's like, man, don't they have something better to do?
Trying to stop the truth. We're speaking the truth, and they're trying to shut it down. They're trying to censor us.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be able to. What does she say here? I always end these the same thing. I'm not going anywhere. They'll carry me out of my shield, crushed beneath a stack of teetering omnibuy from Image. This is what I do. It's fun writing things, and I need cool people. I meet cool people and get to read cool books. Truthfully, the collapse of the military-industrial comic book site complex is great for the beat, since we never needed an audience of more than thousands, not millions. We'll keep serving up our fresh content to those thousands, and maybe, if Google looks the other way, those people can find our content. I'm cool with never winning an Eisner or ever getting nominated again. When I got on stage with Archie Goodwin and Will Eisner in front of, at best, a few hundred people, it was a lot different than the huge Indigo ballroom presentation today. Of course, like everyone, I imagine having any moment to speak in front of my peers. I imagine having my moment to speak in front of my peers, but that's what I'm doing right now. You just can't see my dress.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. She's upset. She'll never get a.
Write a comic book.
Write a comic book, Heidi. That's what I'm saying. It's like calls the Substack. Everyone knows that's what she's talking about when she's saying like net newsletters and it's a dig at Substack. Like I see you, Heidi. Hopefully you watch this. Probably won't, but and also it's not Sam. Don't call Sam's work. Try to get him fired. That's not cool. Don't do that to Sam, Heidi.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not sure if it's like a continued thing, like they're planning on, like,
well, because I mean, they were saying
having more people like call in and stuff, like they have like a little army of ne'er-do-wells, but I don't know.
It was bizarre.
Like, I had to reassure my boss that, like,
you're not like,
yeah, I'm not on a vendetta against like.
Right. Well, it was like they were saying. That's what I'm saying. Is they were like calling and saying you were saying things that you hadn't.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Like, or they were just like misinterpreting things that I was saying, and then they just like put their own like spin on those things. It's like a game of telephone, you know.
Right. Well, I mean,
except these people were so offended and upset, they just like trumped up anything, trumped up the things I said, or were not willing to hear me out or have me explain what I mean.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like I wouldn't worry too much about like whatever their reason was. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just that, like, they're literally
their erratic witch hunt.
Right, they're literally calling your work. That's what I'm saying. This is and look, they've shut us down. We don't have any viewers here on YouTube. They shut us down on YouTube. They don't put us into the algorithm because they know we're speaking the truth. They shut us down.
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't show them the last.
I
did. Yeah, I did.
My thing is, like, I almost wanted to say, like when my boss asked me about like what I did, I almost like, what if I did say those things? I thought this was America.
Like,
I could say whatever I want, you know. Like, yeah,
I am not tri-state serial cannibal killer. Like, anyone who says otherwise is lying. They're lying.
Aren't you making your own story about your own perspective of
right.
The incident?
I am, but I didn't want to. I haven't like put out like the stuff for it yet, like the title.
Right.
I was drawing it the other day on like a stream, but I haven't like put any of it. I did draw. That's supposed to be me back then.
This is, can they see?
I guess maybe I should put.
Yeah, we're done with the article, right?
Yeah. So that was the beat
on the street.
The beat on the street.
Yeah,
so that's a picture of me as a youngster back when I had hair and smoked. You know, I don't smoke now, but yes, that's just an idea what I did. But like I said, no one's here, so it's okay. We're not. They didn't even see it. Nobody saw it. It's fantastic.
Did you show them the text or whatever?
Not yet. That's all right.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. It's not even ready.
It's not even ready.
It's not ready yet.
Let me take 30 seconds.
A double pleasure's waiting for you. A double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. A double great feeling, making you realize Double Mint's the one for you. Double fresh, double smooth.
If it's meant to be a death blow.
A double pleasure's waiting for you.
All right. And we're back.
Back once again. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like with that, the other thing I found this other site. Not this one. Oh shit, I gotta go all the way back to this thing. There was another site that was like a thing talking about, like complaining about all this stuff too. This one.
Yeah.
Okay, so close that. This other one is this other site that is like they're crazy over there. They're very angry about like all. This is an article about all the stuff that we just read on this thing called. It's even more horrible. It's like it's so long. It's called Four Color Sinners Suddenly No Longer Worth Their Own Category on the Eisner Awards, removing the journalism category. Sobs. There's pictures. Superman crying back there. I don't want to read the whole thing here either. But it's basically this site. I don't know if the guy even signed his name to it or not. But it's him doing the same thing we're doing, covering all this stuff. And it's just so weird. Like he talks about how like the Eisners are named after Will Eisner, which is and I thought this too, like the Spirit.
Yes.
Okay, the Spirit had a sidekick named Ebony White, who was this guy, this young fella here. And so he says I never got why the use of Ebony White wasn't a bigger deal to the comics people. Seriously, it's just impossible not to fucking see this. So that's the Spirit's sidekick. It has him. He uses that like I don't know what you call like the old language. Oh, effing only people could see me as I would see myself. Like where it's like written.
Yeah.
The way it sounds. We often see rationalizations for the harmful racial caricatures of the past, and the 40s comic golden age was especially prolific with racist depictions, largely of Japanese people, but especially the rare African-American character. Ebony is a huge part of Eisner's spirit work, and he is impossible to avoid. So it's definitely like a what do they call it? A racial caricature.
Yeah. With the exaggerated lips and all that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. They don't like it. Whatever the reasons for. Okay, the same way with the Japanese, they used to always draw them.
Yeah,
like buck teeth, and plants for eyes, and just.
Yeah.
Okay. He was also. Ebony was also a huge barrier towards my giving any serious effort to examine Eisner's comic book work. But the most prestigious award in comics is named after this guy. I didn't know much about Eisner's documented, if any, commentary on Ebony, but I could predict it. I predicted Eisner was largely... Oh, he says he didn't know much about what Will Eisner said about it. So, like, okay, later in life, hey, back in the 40s, you had the...
Yeah.
You might want to say, like...
Yeah.
A little apologetic. So he says, he didn't know what it was, but I predicted that it would be largely apologetic, explaining that his hands were tied due to publishers not wanting to lose distribution in rural South, the standards of the time, blah, blah, blah. He says, guess what? My predictions were all wrong. Eisner was never apologetic. On the contrary, he was defensive and impatient. He referenced Charles Dickens' portrayal of Fagin, the Jew, and then tried to tie in Ebony with Tom Sawyer. So I forgot about this part. Okay, well, all of this is the stupidest shit in the world. Every single person that they're talking about here are fucking idiots. Because then he then highlights this guy Noah Berlatsky, who was a proponent for NAMBLA. He's very apologetic and defensive. There's a couple of guys like that. There's in Comicsgate, right? Like everyone's all about Comicsgate. Everyone's about that. There's a guy that's not in the Comicsgate, but people try to put him in there called Vito, who's one of these YouTube guys. Oh, you might know, what's his name? Dick Masterson. He's like some sort of video YouTube commentator. Vito is on a YouTube show with him, and they're like, he also does comics. He's another one. He was defending the Cuties show on Netflix, and like he just digs himself in further and further. I've seen some of his stuff to see like, what is this guy about? And he does have some funny jokes. Seems like a funny fella, but then he starts going off on things, and it digs it, So, anyways, the same thing with all these people. This Noah Berlatsky. The only way I know who this Noah Berlatsky is that I saw him writing a couple articles, and I went to it's like, oh, he's also on Twitter. I was like, oh, I'll go read this guy. And then I saw he had me blocked. I'd never knew who he was. Go on Twitter, he's got me blocked. I'm like, why does he have me blocked? Who is this guy? What? I'm an apologist for what the? Well, good. I'm glad you have me. You know what I mean? Like, it's so.
Yeah, it's like I don't want my enemies to like me.
yeah. That's what I'm saying with all this, the journalism and the Eisners, what he's saying with like Will Eisner never being like apologetic or anything for. I mean, that is like that's bad. It's not. I can see how someone would be like, hey, dude, what the? I'm not really sure what it like. What is it? I don't understand why it's like offensive, but like just looking at it, it's like I know. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's. But I can't explain what it is. Like, why is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean it like disrespectfully, like you shouldn't be offended or whatever. But also, what if they say, okay, well, this is offensive, and now you can't display this anywhere. Can't even display it on it's on the website, it's on the internet. So, I mean, obviously they haven't banned, racial caricatures or whatever. Just leave his name there, Will Eisner. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't understand, like, what is it people even want? Or why, at this point, the other lady whining about journalism being kicked out of the Eisners, but she's calling people Nazi. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, are these the people I'm supposed to worry about? Like, are these people going to buy my comic? Are they going to read my thing?
If you worry about, like, I don't know. I don't think, like
I said, all of them have me blocked. The lady from the article, Heidi, she doesn't, but I would assume if she ever hears of me, she would. Or the same with the guy from Bleeding Cool, or like, there's a couple of the other like comics news sites that all have me blocked, and it's like, what's the point? Why? Like, I don't. What
did you even do?
Right? What did I do? What did I do to you guys? Because of Trump? I didn't even vote for him last year because Joe Biden said you don't know if you're for him or for Trump, and I'm like, well, then I'm for you. Okay,
I didn't vote for anyone.
Well, that's because you're not a black. Honestly, I have black ancestors, black family. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out and like, you know what I'm saying? I think all of that's weird anyways. People are just like, I watched the thing with who was it? The old guy. The old guy.
We are talking about
who's the
politics. There's a lot of old guys.
Who's the old guy? Who's the old guy? Who is he? The old guy in Seven. Morgan Freeman. Yeah. I watched this thing with him where he was like, I don't want to be called, something. I'm just a guy. I'm just a human. I'm just like a person.
Yeah.
Anytime you start like putting on, you're a white guy, you're a black guy, you're a gay guy, you're a this guy, that guy, you're a girl, you're a this.
Yeah.
No, that's not cool, because that's where we start dividing each other up.
Yeah.
And rather than being worried about, whatever they're doing to all of us, they divide us up into all these little things. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I like Morgan Freeman. He's pretty good. But so that's what I'm saying with this. That's what all of these things do. I've never met most of these people. I mean, I've met some of them. I met like a guy that used to do his site was called what? The Comics Reporter. Tom Spurgeon. I met him before, and he covered my comic books, but then none of the other ones ever have. It's like, what? And they all either have me blocked or just won't respond to me at all. Like, I've written to like the different they'll be like, hey, we want some comics journalism, we want reviews or whatever. I'll be like, okay, here's my stuff. I've done this before. I got a bunch of reviews online, and they just not you. I'm just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
one exception. We'll take anything else.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And it's not like, if you read comic reviews, it's not like they're not hard writing. As long as you can put together a sentence, why you like something, why you don't. It's this, what I'm saying, give some kind of facts about it or something. It's not, what I'm saying? Like, you develop your own style. If you're writing, you're going to try to get better at writing just as a matter of writing over and over, And had written stuff in other things too. Books, anthologies, magazines, newspapers. It's just the taint of Donald Trump. Like, it's ruined my life. It's ruined me. That Trump has ruined me. That's why I'm only voting for Jill Stein.
My one friend wants to write himself in as a candidate, and I just might vote for him.
It's that's what I did with what's his face, Robert Morrow. I was the one of the campaign assistants, a consultant.
I want to buy a black goat and run him as a candidate for president under the name Black Phillip, like that movie The Witch.
Yeah.
And the campaign slogan would be, would thou like to live deliciously?
Oh, gee. Oh, no. I just messed it up. No one's
so, yeah.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay.
I mean, you might as well vote for a goat,
Oh, can you grab that comic?
What?
The
Bloodshot?
Just the first
Yes.
one. Yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to like talk about. Is it the co-creator, Bloodshot? Don Perlin. That's a picture by Barry Windsor Smith. Let me figure kind of good. Oh, that's a good shot. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is it's a big double page spread by Don Perlin. Creation. Bloodshot. He has passed away. I guess he was like.
Did he get shot in the head?
He did. He went out.
Just this.
Just like that. They went after him. Horrible these days. Can't even draw a comic book without being threatened. Risking your life just to put down
Comics is a dangerous business.
But yeah, no, like I do joke when it's horrible events happen. That's just how I deal with I'm very sad. I didn't know him
I'm
personally.
never going to Britain now. It's like, welcome to Britain.
Welcome to Britain. Fuck you, Britain. That's what you do to our heroes. That is a good shot of him shooting the dude. It's a good shot. And he also, I think he said he worked on Moon Knight and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't like a huge, like I didn't know like his stuff. But I did like Bloodshot. Bloodshot was definitely my my favorite Valiant hero. And he had the movie too with what's his face in it, Vin Diesel. Bloodshot was, that's what I'm saying. Bloodshot was cool, definitely. So rest in peace, Don Perlin. He was 62, I think it said. He was in his 60s when they made this, and this came out in the 90s. So 1993.
I guess you're never too old to do stuff.
Yeah, so I still got like 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years to make my own Bloodshot. Well, yeah, let's end it from there, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of dying down in the comments. Everyone's kind of calmed down. Pull this back up. I didn't even get to play the let me show you what I got. I've
got information, man. New shit has come to light. I've got information, man.
Information, man. Shit's coming late, dude.
Yeah.
That's what we got to talk. I forgot. We should end it with that. Saturday.
Oh yeah, Fringe
Night.
Fringe Night
is gonna be
Saturday.
Let me pull up.
Gonna fight the Fringe Night. It's a night for fighting or whatever.
Saturday. Where's he at? It's gotta be. How do I pull this up here? I want to pull this so I can I don't know what the crap. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, not that. Why did I have that? Okay. I gotta present it too. Jesus, why didn't I start that? Oh, I didn't want to have all the. Yeah, so May 18th is Saturday, 11 to 7. I don't know if he's gonna be there the whole day. I'll stop by and see the Fringe Night Daniel's doing. They're gonna have sales. It's gonna be at Captain's Comics Toys, and buy one, get one 50% off. This Saturday. Asheville, Ohio, the corner, what is that? Route 20 and 187.
Yeah.
Right on the corner of Route 20 there. The
right
plaza.
next to Covered Bridge Pizza.
Exactly. Right next to the Covered Bridge Pizza. Y'all know where that is. Go down there. Fringe Night will be there.
Get a slice and some comics.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, it is a good. I like it's back open. I didn't know it was back for a while. They were closed because it was Something like that. I think because they ran out of, lost some of their staff or something. They didn't have enough staff to have the inside.
wow.
They were still, you could still like order it, but it's good. It is good pizza.
Yeah.
Like, Covered Bridge. But yeah, 11 to 7. Does this show? Yes, 6551 South Main Street, Asheville, Ohio. Captions, Comics, Toys, and you decide. It's not there. What? Okay.
Yeah.
They got everything there. It's pretty good. Toys, Transformers, Optimus.
Yeah.
Optimus is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? CO1? Wait, is that the one?
Oh, wow.
No, okay. I thought that because there's one, it's like a few $100, that Optimus that transforms.
Oh.
Have you seen that thing? Like it's like voice activated. Like Optimus transform, and it's like
okay. No, I haven't seen that.
Ooh, real. It is pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's like $800-900. So they got a Grimlock that does that, and I think maybe Megatron too, Megaton, whatever his name is.
No, you were right before Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron. What am I thinking? Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, he'll be there. Fringe Night. We're both Fringe Night fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fringe Night, cool.
So he's over in the local creator, just across the state line, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Is that your Pennsylvania accent?
Yes. I look
do Pennsylvanians sound more like rednecks than people from Ohio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, down there in Pittsburgh with the Steelers.
The Steelers. Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh.
That's how they talk down there in Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the whole. You didn't watch the stream where I was going off about Don Simpson and his thing, did you? That was the only part where I went off on Don. I was like going over the comic, and then I was like, I wouldn't get to the end of it, and I was like, oh wait, he's got the terrible towel wrapped around him. He had for the cloth thing around his midsection. He's got the. They have the yellow towel at Pittsburgh Steeler games, and they're all like, they all wave it.
Yeah.
And they call it the terrible towel.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the towel around Ed on the cross. That was the only part where I was like, wait, what? Terrible towel? Fuck it. All the rest of it, I was like, I just possibly in bad taste, perhaps, or like poor taste. But I defend. That's what he wants to do. Like I said, everyone grieves differently. He knew Ed personally, So whatever you feel about all the different stuff with it, everyone still has to everyone deals with it in their own. If it comes to accept it with their close friends with them or enemies of him, those people that not me. I was not named in his ending note, but the people that were, they probably have to think about that. That would be weird.
Yeah,
someone like
I wouldn't like to be responsible for the knowledge of this is why I did it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We went over the hate mail before, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think you got any because you're not really
yeah.
But I'm sure someone could look at any of our skits where we were making jokes about Ed, in good faith,
Yeah.
He made jokes about people, make jokes back. Kayfabe,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like we were like, fuck him. I hope it doesn't work. Oh, yeah. It was like,
well, as we all
or you were like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought you were like, well, actually.
No.
Nice. No, but
I'm just saying, people can hear somebody say something and they can take it and just a whole nother direction or whatever.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like Sam's probably like one of the like just like sort of the kindest people I can think of. You know what I mean? Like you go and like you volunteer your time, you give food to people that don't have food for nothing. You know, like you go out, you spend your time going and getting the stuff, giving it to them, and you're not like, okay, pay me. Okay, $5. That's a good picture. Come on, you know, like you're not like
I
$5.
I actually saw this like video that we should watch after this, maybe. But it was about like these rich people that like basically go to places and basically it's just to make themselves feel good about themselves, like, or look good, like in front of people. Like there was this like
performative,
like there was this like one poor village place they went to where like they tried like building this thing, but they did it all wrong. So like there were workers that just like came and like did it right, like when they went to sleep or whatever, and they had didn't
it's
like
a miracle.
Yeah, like
the Lord has come. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of disgusted me actually to think that there's like this whole complex of like rich people that want to like,
or people that are just trying to like get clout,
a photo shoot,
like, you know what I'm saying,
in
like
front of like these like starving like children, like, and I'm just like, how do you sleep at night? You like
that's or that's what I'm saying. People that like are doing it for like clout or whatever, like they're not even that they're necessarily rich or not. You know what I mean? Like they're like bourgeois.
Yeah,
the bourgeois class. That is the class I'm against, as you know. Like they're not people. Bourgeois. Wait, no, preppies would probably be bourgeois, wouldn't they? Or no?
Yeah, they would probably. I usually would think they have money, like, right?
But I don't think they're like. I think of preppies as like, not like bourgeois, but like I don't think I have my handbook over here, but
of different kinds of people. I got a book, like, you know,
these ones are good, these ones are bad.
Yeah.
Lock these ones up. Shoot on sight.
It's divided into two sections, good and bad.
No, I've got the preppy handbook where it's all the, you know, the clothes you're supposed to wear to be a preppy, the restaurants in different cities and stuff. It's brands, you know, different. It's a
what's
good,
in.
Right. Well, it's a lot of it. I'll have to show you. Well, maybe
people that have the money to buy magazines and like follow fashion trends, I would say are kind of bougie.
People with these books about Mauschwitz, mouse themed.
Well, you got that from the library or something.
That's
you didn't
true.
Pay money.
I didn't pay money.
That's how the working class get their education.
But I did. I mean, I have
the library.
But I mean, I bought all these other ones. Those are just, you know. Well, anyways, so that's maybe digging myself in here deeper is all I'm doing. Maybe that's what we should end on. Just me confused about being a preppy or a bourgeois, and
I think all preps are bourgeois, but not necessarily all bourgeois people are preppy. I think that's like a way to look at it.
Because I think of like bourgeois as kind of like fake. Like bourgeois is like the ones that like are middle class, but they think they're upper class, and so they're like they look on other middle class people as like,
well, they aspire to like be fancy or whatever.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is they think of themselves as elitist.
They have those values.
Still not.
They have the bourgeois values or whatever.
We're gonna have to figure this out. Well, yeah. So Saturday we'll be fighting.
Yeah, I don't even know like how we got into that. But
Fringe night would be against
the
bourgeois.
night.
Wait, no, because those guys
Oh,
they're a secret society of occult.
Yeah, I don't know,
fighters.
but I
Not
mean,
really sure.
he don't have that much money. He works at like some kind of apartment store or what appliance store or
what it
what
is? Or
I don't
an
know,
electronic
like,
store or something.
some antique store. It's an
Antiques.
antique store.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the group, the
Oh,
group that
yes.
he works
Yeah,
with,
the
that's what I'm saying.
order.
They might be the order of the whatever. I can't remember what it is right
and
now.
the
I'm a horrible fan.
Well, the dominatrix lady was kind of like an Antifa person, activating like all of these people through like a computer or something. Like, it was like one of the stories or whatever. I actually for 3 days dated the person that character is.
I remember
based
that.
on.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to dox anybody. Well, let's go and wrap it up, and we just end on a couple words from our favorite president. You're always in a patriotic mood. You know I am.
Who is
our favorite president?
Wish his son Hunter Biden, our next president.
Thank
Right?
God. God bless Hunter Biden, and God bless the United States.
No way.
Throughout history.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing. And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Throughout history.